so distracting right now. Oh, sneakers. Yeah. Hi everyone, my name is Angela, and today I want to talk about a thing that I forgot to talk about. A little bit over a month ago, I went to this thing called the Courier 12 Screenwriting Conference, and it's a conference where agents, screenwriters, and producers within the field come to talk about anything going on in the screenwriting industry, or anything film related in general, I guess. And so I just completely forgot to talk about it. DePaul holds it annually, and so they even offer it to incoming graduate students, which I thought was absolutely phenomenal. It was a really helpful conference, actually, at least for me it was, because they focused a lot on pitching your idea, and I have literally just notes and notes and notes on pitching your screenplay or any of your scripts or anything. So I kind of wanted to talk about that today. And kind of like what I've learned from just my very first, well, I mean, I guess it was my very first introduction to the screenwriting industry, and it taught me a lot about how to pitch my piece and, you know, kind of where I should go in terms of direction with what I'm producing and sending out to people. So I like I said, I have notes and notes and notes on this. So I mean, if you guys are interested in it, I'll definitely make multiple videos on how to pitch your piece. But I just have a lot of things on what I consider to be like the basics of pitching your ideas and kind of getting your work out there. I'm definitely rambling, so the entire pitch exists solely for you to get your idea out there, for someone to hear it, regardless of whether it's a client that has requested you to write that piece, or if it's just a producer that you think is compatible with what you want, what your vision is. So I mean, as long as you're getting your idea out there, you've got the pitch correct. And every single pitch should be around 20 minutes long, but they don't want you to memorize your pitch. The entire thing should be very conversational. A lot of the screenwriters who went to the conference had written huge movies. They had the woman who wrote Inside Out, and she's writing Captain Marvel right now. They had the writer of Dead Poets Society. They had the writer of Grosse Point Blank, which is one of my favorite pieces, and they all told the audience, everyone attending, that the most important thing is to stay conversational, because if you're not conversational, your passion dies out, and I mean, it just sounds really robotic. Like, passion is your strength. So by, you know, taking out that passion, by erasing it and putting in this robotic, like, oh, this is exactly what I want to talk about, spitting it all out, regurgitating exactly what, you know, you've been telling everyone, that's not going to show that you're passionate about your piece, that it's your baby, that it's, you know, your little child that you want to become successful and raise it up to these great standards and to reach skyscrapers and monuments and, you know, become this huge grandiose thing. And, you know, your entire pitch should be filled with details. You know, and I'll talk about what details exactly in maybe a future video, because there's a lot. And you also want to stay open to log lines. Keep those in your back pocket, because, I mean, those are really important. What if there was a movie about this crazy idea and people are like, oh my gosh, wow, like, that's genius, why didn't we ever think about that? You want to keep those types of things in your back pockets, because they're very important. The most important thing is they obviously want you to come with a script already made, because, I mean, they want to see that you've actually accomplished something, that this idea isn't just like hanging out in your head with all your other thoughts and ideas, never going to become accomplished. Because, I mean, they're going to be buying this thing. They want to see that it's actually like a physical thing. So bring at least the first script. If it's a TV series, bring the pilot episode. If it's an actual feature film, bring the entire feature film script. They want to see that you have something substantial for them to take a gander at, because, I mean, no one wants just like half of a product that they spend thousands, if not more, on, you know? And then it's also really important to stay open to questions, because sometimes what you want to pitch doesn't come out correctly. You might miss entire, like, arches and, like, you know, tons of things that correlate together and that you just don't think about. You might miss explaining really important details. So if you stay open to questions, these producers can be like, oh, well, you know, you mentioned something about this and that's going to happen in the first episode, but, like, how does that play along later down the line? Is that just, like, an irrelevant piece of information, or is that, like, crucial to the storyline? You know, you want to stay very, very, very open to questions, and you want to put as many details in as possible so that your entire screenplay or your series or whatever sounds as concise and thorough and you know, as finished and complete as possible. So finally, like the last thing that I want to talk about is if your pitch doesn't go well, say this one producer doesn't, you know, this network isn't interested in what you're trying to toss out there into the film industry, well, maybe just ask them what they are looking for. It just may not be that particular piece. Stay open-minded. Like, that piece may not be great for that one producer. The woman who wrote Inside Out talked about how the original people who had read her script for Inside Out told her that it was too real and too raw. And they said to rework it and make it a little less real. Focus on a little bit less real emotions and everything. And she didn't want to do that. And then Pixar Disney called up and they said, hey, we read your script and we're obsessed with it. You know, like, so for some people, it being too real or too raw or too whatever does not mean that it won't be perfect for another person. So you just have to keep those types of things in mind. And then, I mean, maybe one producer or one network or one agency is not looking for this sci-fi film about aliens. Maybe what they're actually looking for is like this weird rom-com with aliens. Compromise is crucial. I don't know. Those were just some things that I thought were really interesting that I would consider like pitching 101. The types of basics that you need to know about pitching and what goes into it, and maybe just like some good like details and stuff, I guess. But that's all. And if you want to hear more about pitching, I have tons of stuff about pitching. So that's not it. You know, tons of stuff about pitching. So if you want to hear more, let me know. That's all. So I will see you guys, girls, aliens, squirrels, chipmunks, ducklings, goslings, pigeons, nematodes, whatever you are, in a later video. I think I'm going to try to upload things on a weekly basis or like a bi-weekly basis or something, just so I'm like constantly putting out material, because I feel like, you know, you guys subscribed and you should be getting things, you know. Oh, and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with my journey to becoming a screenwriter. If not, that's cool. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I don't know, have a great life. But that's all, so goodbye!